Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia Dars, and this channel is all about personal development, growth, happiness, and purpose. And this video would be different from all other videos, and this is probably my favorite format. I prepared a presentation for you because 2025 is just right around the corner. And what it means that there's new way that we can start 2025. We can finally change certain things in our life and being creators of our life. And I know that 2024 was very difficult for a lot of people. I can speak for myself. 2024 was really transformational year for myself. I had to face the truth. I had to really face the truth uh, of who I am. Am I really improving? Am I really growing? Or I'm just kind of doing small things, small steps, and I'm sitting in my comfort zone? Is that my ego that tries to protect me and I'm blind and I don't see certain things? Because, deep inside, you feel like you have so much in you, but something is stopping you. And ego creates those concepts in our brain, to protect us. Because any transformation is the change. Any change is, in a way, it's the fear, right? It could be scary. It's a threat to our system because it requires a lot of energy from your side. It requires of you to start doing certain things that you haven't been doing and stop doing certain things, right? So to the brain only knows one thing, keeps us alive, right? It keeps us alive. So it doesn't include the option to let go. It loves learning, but not necessarily implementing the things. And the first thing for a change, and this is what I teach in all my programs, this is where we start every time. We need to see where we are at right now and really be honest with yourself. When you go to your bathroom, you close the door and you ask yourself, Julia Dars, are you really improving? Are you really following your mission, your purpose, in your dreams, or you just lying to yourself? And something is happening, right? You go to work, maybe you have your business, you have your people, you have things that just happening around you, but it's almost like you're not in control of that. It's almost like a groundhog day all the time. When I realized for myself that I was stagnant, and I love transformation, I love change, I realized that, interesting, but what else I can do? What else is there for me? So I switched my mindset. It's not overnight, believe me. I was constantly talking to myself and saying, be curious. Just be curious, because the concepts, the things, the patterns that you know in your head probably aren't true. And you need to learn new things, new ways, if you really want to go there. Like, deep inside of you, there's way too much, way more things, way more potential. But for some reason, you just freeze and you don't do things. You stay at work you hate, or maybe you don't like it anymore. You wanted to open up your own business. You have this great idea. Wanted to go somewhere. You want to travel. You want to change or find partner, but kind of you think of a next day, right? Maybe tomorrow, maybe in 2025. So today, I want us all together to face the truth, to see where we are at and what can we do. One thing that I want to tell you, don't try to change everything from zero to hero, because you need to be gentle with yourself. You really need to, the transformation, any change should happen really, really gentle. We're going from 0 to 1, not from 0 to 10, because that will be overwhelming. And I've lived that. I thought I overestimated certain abilities and I overestimated things I know. I underestimated the load that I put on myself. And that's what happened. So let's start. Okay. Life balance workbook. You can download this workbook. The link is going to be in the description below. And you can start it right now, and you can also have it for yourself. Um, it's up to you what you want to do, but I really, really recommend you just sit down and dedicate. I'm gonna try to make it fast and on point, but I really want you to really think and be engaged right now. Okay. So about the process, right now, take a moment, take a deep breath in and out. And we're gonna think and reflect on each area of our lives without judgment, without fear, without thinking, I should have done that, without, I could have been there, right? If only I didn't do this. We don't do this because if you stay in that mindset, I guarantee that's going to be very easy and most likely you're not going to make any change, okay? We're going to assess all the areas from 1 to 10 because 0 is probably impossible. So 1 to 10, right? And in the end, we're going to make a plan. I'm going to help you out with this. I have all examples here. Again, you can download this book in the description below. Okay. And if you haven't already, you can subscribe to my channel because I will be doing more of these things because I love doing presentation. I love giving back to people. So let's go. We're going to start with health and your physical health. Health is important. You know how they say, the most important asset that we have in life is time. But I'll tell you, being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes last year, that is not time. It's health. It's your energy. When I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, believe me, I had all time in my life sitting in the hospital. When my doctor told me that if I didn't check it that time, that moment, I could have been dead. That's how bad it was. I knew something is going on. But you never think of a worst case scenario. And that was very unexpected because no one in my family has type 1 diabetes. So that's what I got from not doing, exactly this. So let's check. First, regular exercise, 3 to 5 times a week. It could be anything. It could be a combination of gym, and believe me, as the former fitness coach and nutritionist, I'm going to tell you this. You don't have to die in the gym. You really need to do your favorite routine. I would highly recommend you hire a trainer or there are a lot of online programs. In my courses, I have this because I have all the assets for online training, and I built the enormous amount of videos and library, so all my people get it. But I really think that there are so many resources right now, so it's almost impossible to be lost in the gym. My opinion. Invest in the coach. Maybe start with I don't want to say group training because some group trainings are not really designed to check on your form. Maybe hire a coach for 3 sessions, 4 sessions. Just say, hey, I just want to know and learn the form. Do your research before you hire someone, right? And you can do a couple days in the gym. Again, enjoy. Don't have to be 1 hour. Doesn't have to be, like 45 minutes, 50 minutes. 15 minutes is better than 0. Okay. You just need to get that momentum. And what I really want to tell you is that the habit is not exercising. The habit is going there. The habit is the ritual of getting ready for the gym. Okay. So it could be gym, could be yoga, it could be walkings. I highly recommend you spend a lot of time in nature, in walk. It could be volleyball. Like I joined volleyball. I'm playing already for a year, and I consider that as a really good cardio workout. Not only cardio, right? It could be dancing. Anything that will move your body is great. You don't have to be perfectionist here, okay? Next, balanced diet with sufficient nutrients. It's important because you can have all the potential, you can have a lot of great ideas, but if you don't nurture your body from within, it's very unlikely going to happen. Okay? Again, as nutritionist, I'm going to tell you that you can build very healthy and delicious. It doesn't have to be healthy, just healthy. It doesn't have to be that. Or. It could be healthy and delicious. I eat the same thing for more than 5 years. There's a variety of things I add to my salads and meats. I change that up. I change my well now only my carbs are potatoes, but I really enjoy it. I love it. I don't need to go out. I don't need to eat something greasy. My body knows that it's getting everything it needs, right? So it doesn't. All my taste receptors are stable. I don't crave things. I don't care like for sugar or for sweets. I don't care. And as a nutritionist, I'm going to tell you that it might be difficult if you haven't had great habits, eating habits before. It might be a little bit difficult for a first month just to get your taste receptors, taste buds back to normal to reset it, but then it's going to be super easy. Okay. Next, adequate sleep, 7 to 9 hours per night. It's important. It's so important. Then I'd rather you sleep more and exercise less, to be honest. Because if you don't get that sleep, your brain doesn't reset, your brain doesn't filter. And going back to nutrition, if you didn't get enough sleep, the next day you might have hunger higher than usually. So it really correlates with that. So I want to ask you to also prioritize your sleep. If you can, take naps in between. All the blue zones, people who live more than 100 years, almost all of them, they have naps in their routine. Regular health checkups. Cannot stress enough how important it is. Now it's abundant amount of opportunities to go and just get your blood test to any lab, and they're gonna send it to you. Even if you don't know how to read your blood test, they mark what's not on the correct place. Okay, and then you can take that and go to your physician. But twice a year is essential. I Even knowing that, I made a mistake because I was moving from state to state, and it was hard for me to just, I moved to Austin, and I didn't think about even finding, a doctor because hey, I'm so healthy. So I didn't spot that. I didn't spot the pre-diabetic state. I spotted when I was very close to diabetic coma, right? So please do that. Stress management techniques, meditation, yoga, walks. It could be taking bath, right? I love taking bath, relaxing, warm bath. Water is amazing. What else could be here? Some time with no phone. So in the morning when I wake up, I don't touch my phone for an hour, unless I'm taking, I'm doing meditation in the morning. So I put the music up, but that's where I'm not perfect at it. I'm going to tell you, yes, sometimes I get in there, especially if there's something going on and I know that there's like something very important coming in. And that's really not a best decision. And I'm working on that as well. Right. So that's the checkup number one. And right now, put your current rating. So I'd say for me, I'm around 8 because can I maybe do more walks? Maybe I'm doing at least 3 walks a day. I have dogs, so it's another thing. Get a dog, so you're gonna have to walk. I go to the gym at least 2-3 times per week. I dance and I also play volleyball at least twice, 3 times a week. So I feel like that kind of like is already taken care of. My diet is good. I'm not as good about supplements, but I'm like just taking multivitamins right now. Sleep is also something that I worked. By the way, honestly, it didn't change for me overnight. I was really sometimes very upset because I'm like, Julia, you said you're going to go to bed at 10 and here I go, it's 12. It takes time. So don't be so hard on yourself. Just know that you will get there. You will get there. So how I started with, instead of going to 12 and, I just built a habit of the creative outlet for me I would sit down and just edit reels or videos or write down like all the sparks ideas coming. And here we go, 12 p.m., 12 a.m., I'm not in bed. So I started changing that, trying not to be on my phone at least 1 hour, like 1 hour, hour and a half before bed. And I started just like thinking, okay, so how about we just start with like 11:50? Um, Another thing that what I've noticed is that 11:50, I need to be in bed. That means I have to start getting ready, like washing my face, getting the makeup off, just winding down at least 30 minutes before that, right? So it's not that like, 11:50 or 10 p.m. and you're like, boom, all of a sudden in bed. So you need to account for that time as well. And be gentle with yourself, right? We build certain habits years. It takes years. So now, if you want to undo and rebuild another habit, it also will take a little bit more time. But if your focus is there, I guarantee you, you're going to succeed. Current rating, right? Number 8. For me, you put your number and reflect. What do you feel? What your thoughts? What thoughts do you have? I say I still need to be a little bit more better about not being on my phone, because sometimes I fall into this um, sleep. Right, sometimes I'm right on a clock, and sometimes I miss it. So I can try and do it better because I really want to get up earlier. So I wake up around 6:30, but maybe 6 a.m. would be good because I love also my morning routine. Um, Checkups, obviously, twice, like watching my vitamins and minerals and everything else. And also, I love to ask other people who also engaged in like biohacking or new things to just find out about maybe there's something new that they discovered, right? Why not? Mental health. Practice mindfulness or meditation daily, right? So, what is mindfulness? Is um, when you eat and you aware of what is it you're eating, right? So I'm sorry, like when I'm eating, I'm trying not to be on my phone. I'm trying not to watch anything. I'm just kind of, it's also another thing when you're eating and you're really mindful about what you eat, you're not hungry, you're less hungry. So that's another cool thing. So mindfulness about, your day, being in the moment, right? Like, oh, when you walk, let's say, you're not in your thoughts constantly. You're just like noticing the trees, the sky, um, flower, being mindful about what you do, not being in a robot mode, right? Engage in hobbies that bring you joy. That's another thing, right? So you kind of put the check mark if you do. Um, Maintain a gratitude journal. I gotta say, I don't have gratitude journal per se, but what I do is every night I write in my journal. I have like, oh my god, I think I started journaling when I was like 12, and ever since then I've never stopped. I literally have like books and books right now, but I always write about the day, and I always say what good was in my day. I don't say, "Oh, this is didn't work," or "I did this," and something negative. I always write about the positive things that happen in my day. So technically, if you ask me like, "How are you feeling?" I'm gonna say great, and I'm not gonna lie because every day I notice positive things. I'm aware of certain things that happen that I need to pay attention to, but I'm not clinging and like being upset about it. Okay. I reflect and I ask, how can I improve that? Also, the muscle, it's also a muscle that takes time to build. Maintain a gratitude journal. So it said about this, seek professional help if needed, right? Which is right now you're watching this video. It is also a type of help. Coaches, psychologists, psychiatrists, if you see that it's a cycle that really repeated itself all the time and you being in this, how to spot that low energy, you don't want to wake up, you overeat, you're trying to escape the reality, you maybe like your relationships are also like, not great, and you've been in that place for like long time. So I think that's where you should really, ask for support and for help. Maybe get into the groups, right? It's very helpful. Ensure a healthy work-life balance. So current rating, I'd say that I'm probably gonna do um, number 7. I would rate it. My current rating would be 7 out of 10. There's room to for improvement. I definitely one of the downside of doing what you love is that I find myself constantly being engaged in. I'm going to say it's my life, right? But also not paying attention to other areas. So I think it's number 7. So what do you feel right now? I feel curious. I feel excited. I feel that it's going to be very interesting, work and exploration. A little bit, I don't want to say scary, but like uncertain, right? But again, do the reflection for yourself as well. Take time, pause this video if you need so. Next, relationships, family and friends, regular communication and quality time. Quality time means when you present, maybe your parents. When you, let's say, I'm away, so my parents are in Belarus, and I used to speak with them. Obviously, we only have video communication while I'm doing something else, and I really, we could spend like hours on the phone, but really, it wasn't really quality. It was just quantity. So I really did some work, and when I speaking with my parents, I'm really there. I'm really there. I'm engaging. I'm asking questions. I'm telling my stories. I'm telling how I feel. So I really engage. Same thing with friends, right? When you go on a date with a friend, do you have your phone up? Do you text? Do you check your messages? Or are you really being present with your friend, right? So quality over quantity. It could be 15-minute catch up. It could be 15-minute call, but it's very quality time with your friend. Supportive and loving relationships. Do you have that? Or you need to work on that. Healthy boundaries, right? When you don't fall into a victim mindset and you're trying to help everyone because you think that everyone wants something from you. So that's definitely not the help from the bottom of your heart. Is the victim part. Uh, so checking on that. Can you say no when you really don't want to do certain things and not feel guilty? If not, then this is definitely something to consider and work on, because I guarantee that probably comes out in other areas of your life. Conflict resolution skills. Do you have them, or do you try to avoid conflicts? Which I know that not all we they don't teach us in schools how to really navigate the conflict. I feel like conflict has a very negative connotation to it, uh, where I feel conflict is a very good thing, right? If we go into the conflict with the loving heart, with the open mind, with just the desire to understand another person and find a common ground for each other, I think that conflict is great. But if we go there with resentment, with the feelings that we're accused of something, or we want to accuse someone, we want to judge, or we're feeling judged, that's where I feel like that's where the problems come in. So really check if you have that, and if not, then this is another thing that you can start working on. Mutual respect and understanding, very big one. More often than not, our ego gets in the way, and we feel like we're not heard. That our friends or family, they don't want to do what we ask them to do, or they just want to do what they want to do. But more often than not, they're just reflection of us. And if that's the case, maybe really speak truthfully to yourself. Maybe is that you? Maybe this is what you've been doing, and they just again mirror you back. Romantic relationships, right? Sorry, I keep on skipping that. So put the rating there and reflect. Really, reflection is the key. I highly recommend you, if you just put the check marks there and you don't reflect, it's empty. It's This is not work. Reflection is the key. And reflection also because you need to understand what you feel about it. What kind of thoughts do you have? Like when I was speaking about it, I was like, interesting. Am I really doing my best when it comes to my relatives? Or I'm just saying that I'm busy and because of our time difference, I justify that. That was my thought. And I think that I can do better um, communicating not only with my mom, but with the rest of my family. And that's actually what I put on my list for 2025. Okay. So, next, romantic relationships. Open and honest communication, um, check or not. Regular date nights, that's very important in romantic relationships because we think that we know the person, and if you really think about it, we barely know ourselves, let alone another person, right? So regular date nights, really like becoming creative with that, really helps to glue that foundation in your relationships. Shared goals and values. Do you really have the shared goals with your family, or you have your own? Your partner has his own partner's goals, and you just whatever. You just like, yeah, I'm do my thing, you do my thing, I mind my own business. And when you have those shared goals and values, really, relationships take a different level. Trust and intimacy, balance between independence and togetherness. That's another thing. So again, current rating. I'm currently not in relationship, so I can't really say anything. To me, it's going to be one, which is my 2025 focus will be mostly on going on dates, going to see other people, different meetups, new places, because that's my goal for 2025. And how I feel about it, honestly, scared. I was in long-term relationships 5 and 4 years before I was married, and uh, I had my heart broken. So you see, I said I had my heart broken. Not they broke my heart. I had my heart broken. And honestly, I'm taking ownership of this. Honestly, I do feel a little bit scared when it comes to um, meeting another person and opening up. And I do have sometimes thoughts that it's just never going to happen, and I'm in peace with this. And I made peace with, not being there. But I feel like there's then less pressure on that topic for me. So I'm kind of just open to go and explore. Career and job satisfaction. So if you have your business, or you have part time and you have your business, which is very common right now, then also, it's also very good. Clear career goals and objectives. Do you really know where you're going? What you're doing? Why you're doing this? What is your goal? What is your values there? What are your values there? What is your purpose? Opportunities for growth and development, or you just stuck. Let's say if you working for someone, do you see any growth, or you just stagnant and you just been there in the same salary over years, right? Positive work environment, very important. Work aligns with personal values, effective time management and productivity. And I'm going to say that right now, I like this work aligns with personal values because right now there's so many companies that have high values, high morals for themselves. And I feel like you really don't need to work somewhere where you feel undermined, where you feel that people just, not really noticing you, and you just there kind of like doing job. You're not an individual, you're not a person, and you don't agree with what they do, right? I don't think there's right now in 2025 especially, you can join any organization that really support your values and you support their values. So it's really important for me. I think I'll go with number 8. the goals that I have right now, I feel like really inspires me and motivates me, and they drive me. I got stuck sometimes. I get stuck sometimes because I'm kind of overthinking a lot, little small things, and then I get a lot of different um, different projects going on, and I'm kind of like all over the place. So I'm also right now focusing on one thing at a time, being just following one thing. So that's really kind of like change from last year. Let's say last year was um, probably five, maybe four. Now it's eight. So there is a progress there, but it's also like, every level each level, when you get to the next level, the number can drop just because now you have more understanding of where you're going, right? So right now it's eight. I feel excited. I also feel a little bit overwhelmed. I feel that I need to hire an assistant. That's pretty much what I'm doing right now, and I'm excited. Um, Next, balance, work life balance. Define work hours and personal time, regular breaks during work, limiting overtime and avoiding burnout, pursuing interest outside of work, supportive and understanding employer. For me, most of the check marks will be missing instead of um, hmm, pursuing interest outside of work, I guess. Um, I'm very bad at defining hours. I can get into the flow and really forget what time is it and really forget to eat. Um, and that messes up the whole system. So I'm really right now working very carefully on defining that, building the boundaries for myself, not being burnout because I believe that my immune system took a toll because of that. And yeah, limiting over time, obviously, and avoiding burnout. So I'd say for me right now, it's at five. It's a five, but I feel like everything is just getting easier and easier to navigate, obviously. For some people, it takes more time to get those lessons. So I'm definitely a hard headed person. So it's easy for me to support my client and see what they need. Then, let's say for myself, I'm like, well, no, but I need to do this. Like, I kind of want to share this and I need to like build it. And yes, obviously, then, the burnout happens. But I haven't had any burnout for like a long time already. So, which is a good thing. So again, reflect. What is your current rating, and what do you feel? What do you feel about it? Finances, self improvement, building and tracking expenses, saving for the future, investing wisely, reducing and managing debt, planning for major financial goals. What is your rating here? I know it could be scary. Finances, they are always scary. I'll tell you, my thing is four. Um, I, even though I studied in college, my major was economist manager. I hated, and I still am not doing what I should do. I have expenses tracker right now, so I put this on my calendar. Every month on 28th, I'm sitting down and calculating all my expenses, all my income, and I see what's going to be next month, right? And if I need something, I'm thinking not how to cut the expenses, how to increase my income. That's what I think right now. Even though before I was thinking the opposite, right? So um, I am investing. And honestly, I started investing without really even understanding this. Current rating, again, I said -4. What I feel like I sucked for so long, and this is time to improve. I feel very confident about that and very determined to do the right thing this year. So, action steps, health. We need like three steps, really. Set clear and achievable goals. Example, if you haven't been to the gym forever, then you say, okay, I want to start with one time. One day, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna do 30 minutes of exercising. Really. Also, I'm just gonna do one day walk. That's it. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Don't go from zero to hero. What I said. Okay, it's not gonna work. You're gonna overwhelm yourself. It has to be happen gently, right? Create a routine and stick to it. routines are easier to build than rigid schedule. For me, I build a routine in the morning. I wake up, I go to my bathroom, I brush my teeth, I clean my face, I do my beauty procedures. I stand on like a mat with sheeps on it. I probably pronounced it wrong, but like spikes, right? So I stimulate. It's a lot of receptors in your feet. So I do these. I kind of walk there. I do a little bit of mobility. I go meditate. I do a little bit of mobility there. I meditate from 7 to 15 minutes. Depends on the time I got. Again, if I see that I haven't slept well, I am gonna push it and cut the meditation a little bit. Um, and yeah, this is what I do in the morning. I go eat and I go walk with my dog. While I'm walking, I can either listen to nothing, no phone, depends on how I feel, or podcast or educational videos, or like some psychological videos, like professors' lectures and stuff like that. So this is my routine. And this routine is easy to follow because it took me a little bit. It took me approximately a month and a half to really get there. But now I don't think about it because when you build a routine, you do it automatically. Same thing you can do for your work, same thing you can do for your personal development, same thing for gym and all this stuff. It has to be on your schedule. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Track your progress and adjust as needed. Again, tracking progress, even if it's one small thing, if you don't celebrate it, your brain doesn't really register it as an important change. It will say, you know how we say, oh, one time a week, um, I go to the gym. Like look at that person. They go like 5 times. I'm like nothing. Your brain register is as not important for survival. Also, doesn't bring you happiness. Doesn't engage you. So why? It will build all different types of nonsense for you not to go there. So really celebrate your wins. Oh my God, I did 2 minutes of meditation. I did it. Like I could have just skipped that, but I did it as the first step. Okay, be gentle to yourself. Your action plan, again, you're going to download this and you're going to put it out there. I really recommend you write because that's another way of you remembering it and you rewiring your brain. Mental health, again, same thing. 5 to 10 minutes for meditation, walks, yoga, breathing, get outside, reach for the stars, to the sky, for the sun, and just breathe. Okay. Prioritize balance and well-being, right? Healthy boundaries for yourself first, really. And monitor your emotional health and adjust as needed as well. I'm not going to go into the examples. I feel like you got it. And you're going to anyway download this book. Friends and family, same thing, right? Maybe you can add one more call, one more text to your friends, to your family, saying how grateful you are or asking how are they doing instead of just going, radio silence for a month and then just all of a sudden, oh my God, I forgot that I have friends and family. Romantic life as well. Build some communication with your partner. Ask what they want, what you want. Build mutual goals, mutual values. See where maybe you can spend more time together, or if you are spending a lot of time together, maybe there is time to spend it independently of each other. Job satisfaction, same thing, right? See and be honest. Be honest in all of that, guys. Really, just be honest with yourself, and just tell the truth. Tell the truth. Okay, so I'm gonna skip all the way to this. Every moment is an opportunity to change your perspective. Every moment, and your world is nothing but your own personal perspective. Because we can be and we all live in the same world, right? But for some people, world is tough, life is tough, everything is against them, they're unlucky, everybody's trying to put them down. For some people, life is amazing. And those people from the first category look at those people from the second category and they hate them because, like, how come? You're so lucky, right? You're so fortunate. But really, what happened is that we decide what we want to be. If you believe or you don't believe, you're right. If you think that Everything is giving to everyone. And yes, sometimes there are more fortunate situations for some people. But again, you are a creator of your life and you really can change everything in every given moment. Even your mood. You know, when you wake up and you say, "Oh, I just don't have any mood," or I'm moody. You change that. You choose to be that. You can choose thoughts that help and support you, and you can choose thoughts that distract you and harm you. It takes time and practice, but with patience and work, it will happen. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. I will choose the most interesting comment, and you will get a free session from me with if you need help with this. And subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media as well. Let's build the community together. Let's build the world where we thrive, not survive. I love that. All right. Thank you so much. Let me know if you like this format, by the way. I'll do, I want to do more of that because I really enjoy putting presentations together. That's my creative outlet. So thank you so much, Julia Dars, and happy holidays.